So what we're going to go through in our video today is practicing how to make sure we have an awesome bow moving across our strings. This is a little exercise that will help us get ready for it, and this will actually look just about the same for both cello and bass. So first thing we want to make sure we do, cellos, is we've got our back nice and tall, like we've got a little string coming out of the top of our head, going straight up to the ceiling above us. And then our cello is going to come into us, and our lower bouts are going to be just about our knees. Our feet are planted nice firm on the floor, and our C peg is right next to our left ear. Basses, we're going to be standing up nice and tall. Your bass is going to be straight out to the side, and you're going to bring it to you with this corner here coming into your left hip. Then, what we do, our next thing, is we're going to make sure we have our bow grip nice and wonderful. So setting that up real quick, our fingers nice and relaxed here. Once we have this, we're actually going to go to our A string, and we're going to start with our bow at the frog. Remember, as we're going through this, it may be a little hard to see on this video, but we want our bow to be in the same line as our bridge. So if I were to set my bow here on the bridge, we can see that it's in perfect line with it. But we know we shouldn't bow on our bridge. We're going to bow actually halfway between our bridge and our fingerboard, which puts us right about here. So with our bow right here on our A string, what we're going to do, starting at our frog, is we're going to go from the frog and we're going to leap down to the tip. We're going to keep our bow off the string until we land right at the tip. And then we're going to go back to our frog, just like that. So what this helps us with is when we're coming around this way, we're letting our wrist bend, so that way our bow stays nice and straight in line with our bridge. When we're playing, we want to make sure that our bow is staying nice in line with our bridge, so that way we don't end up with a windshield wiper looking kind of thing. We don't want that, and we don't want any of this. So as we go through, on our A string, we'll start from frog to tip, back to frog, back to tip, making sure we're keeping our bow nice and straight, back to frog. Then we can go down to our next string, our D string. This will be the same for both cellos and basses. And what we're doing when we're going to our D string is from our A string, we're going to relax just our elbow a little bit, not our whole arm. We don't want to do this. Just let our elbow come down just a little bit. So imagine that we have 3 balloons attached to our elbow, and we've popped one, and now our elbow falls just a little bit to our D string. Same thing though. We're going to go frog to tip, back to frog, to tip, back to frog. Now, for cellos, we're going to go down to our low G, and for basses, we're going to be on our A string. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop another balloon. Now we only have one left. Here we're going to go from frog to tip, frog, or tip to frog, frog to tip, and then tip to frog. Now, going down to our last string, cellos is our low C string, basses are low E string. We have one balloon left, and we're going to pop that balloon. So now our elbow has dropped down to our very bottom string there. But you can see my elbow is not tucked into my side. It is kind of relaxing, hanging out here. So that way it doesn't get in the way when I try to go all the way down to the tip. So here we are one more time. We have our frog to tip, and then frog to tip, frog to tip. All right. Hopefully this helps keep your wrists nice and relaxed. Remember, we kind of want it to look like a little jellyfish floating in the water, just doing its little jelly thing. Best of luck.